2,000 years ago, the demon king of tyranny destroyed human nations, spirits, and even gods. After sacrificing himself to split the world into 4 parts, he was reborn in a magical age and joined the Demon King Academy. However, he was labeled a misfit. The current Del's Gate Academy was built to train the next Demon King, believed to be the reincarnation of the original one. On the day of the entrance ceremony, a girl named Misha Necron was pushed by some royals, causing her to drop her letter. Anos Voldegord, the main character, picks it up. When they approach the gate, a noble insults them, upset that they ignored him. Anos reveals that the noble's magic was too weak to be noticed, angering the noble further. The noble tries to intimidate them with fire, but Anos blows it out with a breath and uses magic to make him submit before leaving. During a practical test, Anos faces Zepsu, who wears magic armor to counter enchanted words. Zepsu shows off a magic sword that supposedly boosts his power tenfold, but Anos easily extinguishes his flames again and reveals the sword is fake. Anos handicaps himself because Zepsu is too weak, but still easily defeats him. When Zepsu acts like a sore loser, Anos repeatedly kills and resurrects him until Zepsu admits defeat. After the test, Anos invites Misha to his house for a feast. At his home, his mother Isabella is happy he passed the test, even though he's only a month old. Later, Anos sees Misha off, but they are trapped by a barrier created by a man called the Demon Lord Endo, who wants revenge for Anos humiliating his brother. Endo and his brother Zepsu attack, but Anos easily turns their magic against them. Anos even turns Zepsu into a powerful zombie and suggests Endo join forces with his brother to stand a chance. However, Endo is disgusted by his brother's new form and is ultimately defeated. Anos saves both brothers before everything collapses. We then flash back to the past where Anos meets the hero Kanon. Anos proposes a plan to end the war between their races by sacrificing himself to create a spell that separates each faction. After Anos's death, the spell activates, affecting the entire world. Back at school, Anos is labeled a misfit for failing the aptitude test. The homeroom teacher, Amelia Rudwell, suggests dividing the class into 2 teams. Anos volunteers to be a group leader, but Amelia reminds him that hybrid students, like him, can't be leaders. Anos is tested, and he proves his potential by improving the teacher's magic crest. A girl named Sasha Necron then introduces herself to the class. When it's Anos's turn, he reveals his true identity as the Demon King of Tyranny. Everyone joins Sasha's group, leaving Anos with only Misha as a teammate. Sasha later confronts her sister Misha and reveals that Misha is just a doll without a soul. She tries to use her demonic eye to make Anos submit, but it doesn't work because Anos also has a more powerful demonic eye. Sasha challenges Anos to a duel, with the loser having to do whatever the winner says. During the exercise, Anos single-handedly destroys Sasha's team's castle. The next day, Sasha sits with Anos as his team member since she couldn't beat him. In class, the teacher warns Anos to behave as one of the 7 elder demon emperors is coming. When the demon emperor Evis Necron arrives, Anos calls him by his first name, but Evis doesn't remember him, claiming he lost his memories from 2,000 years ago. Anos tries to jog his memory but gives up. After class, Anos reveals that Evis's memories were altered, and the Demon King he remembers is Avos Dilhevia. Amelia then assigns the class to retrieve magic tools from a dungeon. Inside, Anos leads his group to a hidden passage, where they find a mythical scepter. Sasha is intrigued by it, but Anos uses the moment to show Misha a treasure room where she picks a birthday gift for Sasha. Misha chooses an anti-flame cloak and notices an ice ring but is too shy to accept it. After Sasha receives the cloak, Anos gives them time to change. But Sasha stabs Misha, revealing she was acting to win first place in the exercise. Anos, however, already healed Misha and doesn't believe Sasha's betrayal. They have a contest of demonic eyes, but Anos easily wins. Misha stops him from hurting Sasha further, and Sasha runs away. Misha then reveals that she will disappear on her birthday because she never truly existed. It turns out that Evis Necron split Sasha's soul, creating Misha. Anos and Misha catch up with Sasha before she leaves the dungeon. Anos suggests they make up, but Sasha challenges him to another duel, which he accepts. Sasha spends time constructing 2 magic circles, and Anos waits. Sasha reveals that she invented a spell to transfer her soul into Misha, but it would only work if Misha hated her, which she doesn't. After they reconcile, Anos promises to save them both by altering the past to make them separate demons. Just then, Evis attacks them, claiming the girls are to become vessels for his master. Anos easily defeats him and activates a spell that takes them to a space where the god of time tries to stop them from altering the past. Evis, empowered by the god of time, kills Anos, thinking he has won. But Anos reveals that killing him is not enough to make him die. Evis, shocked, tries to stop time, but Anos is unaffected. Anos then rewinds time to where Sasha successfully creates a new source, and with his help, they defeat Evis. Afterward, Anos resurrects Evis, who now recognizes him as his master and is completely loyal. Sometime later, a girl named Misa approaches Anos, explaining that their kingdom, Dilhide, is ruled by pure-blooded royalty, but her group, the Unitarians, seeks to unify all demons, including hybrids. She convinces Anos to visit them, revealing they believe him to be the demon lord and have the support of a demon emperor. At a tower, they find a fan group dedicated to Anos, who asks to join his team. He agrees on the condition they prove their resolve. In class, the students are tasked with pulling swords from the ground. Only Anos and a transfer student succeed. The instructors spar with them but are easily defeated. The student introduces himself as Lay Glanzadli and asks to join Anos's team. But Anos refuses and tells him to join Misa's group instead. During a competition, Misha builds a castle while Anos plans to attack Lay. He teleports to his location and notices that he has shared his magic with Misa's group to help them fight. Anos explains that their power gap is too great, so he picks up a stick to battle Lay. Meanwhile, Sasha faces off against Misa, who wields Lay's sword. Misha arrives to help, and together they use a fusion spell to defeat their enemies. During Anos and Lay's battle, the mountain and rivers shake. After an intense fight, Anos wins with his stick. Some days later, Misa introduces Anos to Sir Melhise, a demon emperor who recognizes Anos as his master. While investigating, Anos and Misa find Lay, who reveals that his mother is in the hospital and on the brink of disappearing. On the day of the tournament, the reigning champion is introduced, and the royals mock Anos for not appearing. Isabella, Anos's mother, stands up for him. Lay becomes hostile toward Anos, leading to a brief fight where both spill blood. Anos then reveals that Lay is being controlled by a collar that can kill him under certain conditions. Later, Anos visits Lay's mother in the hospital. She asks Anos to fight Lay seriously, even if it means her death, to make her son happy. Anos promises to save her by creating a spell using Misa's source. Outside, Isabella and the Unitarians are confronted by Emilia, who demands Anos's sword. When they refuse, she attacks them. Anos arrives just in time to heal everyone and thanks them for their bravery. Enraged, Anos transports Emilia to the training ground, where he kills her without hesitation and resurrects her as a hybrid, the race she despises. In the final match, the referee places a ring on Anos and Lay, revealing that the ring will kill Lay and his mother if Anos wins. Despite being drained of magic power, Anos keeps up with Lay. As they get serious, Anos loses his left arm, and Lay is stabbed in the heart. They are transported to an alternate dimension where Melhise reveals himself as the mastermind, summoning 2 additional demon emperors to fight Anos. Lay, freed from his contract, helps Anos by defeating the other emperors. Melhise tries to use Lay's mother as leverage, but Lay is not swayed. He breaks out of the prison, while Anos confronts Melhise alone. Anos easily breaks free from Melhise's binding spell and defeats him, revealing that the battle has restored his original powers. He then destroys the device controlling Melhise and brings him back to his senses. Weeks later, Emilia is replaced by a new teacher named Menu Historia. She announces an upcoming inter-academy class at Heroes School in a city called Asian, located in the human realm. On the day of departure, Anos teleports his team into the human city. Later, Sasha joins Anos to investigate the Hero Academy, but they are stopped at the gate by a girl named Elena Bianca, who explains that the academy is off-limits to outsiders. However, her attitude changes when she learns they're from Dilhadi, and she gives them a tour, discussing misconceptions about the Demon Lord. During the tour, they are interrupted by Ladriano Cannon, a reincarnation of the hero, and Laus Cannon, who also claims to be a reincarnation. When Anos disputes their authenticity, Laos tries to attack him, but Anos easily sends him flying. After the incident, Bianca reveals that the hero canon was murdered 2,000 years ago. So Anos shouldn't expect to meet the same person. On the first day of class, Diego Cannon from the Hero Academy, along with Historia, presents a work table where each school's representative demonstrates magic. Ladriano represents the Hero Academy and demonstrates his magic. When Rivist, from the Demon King's Academy, tries to cast a spell, it doesn't activate, and he is mocked as he repeatedly tries. Anos then reveals that Ladriano cast a spell to seal demonic magic. When Anos cancels the spell, Rivist's spell activates and transforms the specimens into monsters. Anos further demonstrates his power by summoning a holy sword, a feat supposedly impossible for demons. The next day, they arrive at the beach for the inter-academy exams, where they showcase their respective magic. Rivist's group faces obstacles in the underwater city, and his advanced group is easily defeated by the hero's class. Outside, Anos shows Historia that the humans rigged the river with holy water, which is toxic to demons. Shortly after, the heroes advance to Rivist's castle. But their powerful spell doesn't affect the heroes. Their castle is then attacked and destroyed by the hero's class, while the broadcast signal is lost. Fearing for her students, Historia moves to intervene, but Anos steps in, rescuing the third years from the water. However, they have a stigma caused by holy magic, which renders them unconscious, and her healing magic doesn't work. Anos offers to help but is initially rejected by Rivist, who later accepts his help out of respect for Historia, his mentor. Anos then challenges the hero's class, who provoke him to cast a powerful magic that drains the entire river. For the second round of the exam, Anos goes on the offensive, sending an attack their way. A girl cancels out the attack, introducing herself as the fourth reincarnation of the hero, Zekia Cannon. When Misha is attacked while conjuring a castle, Anos moves to protect her. They use a chain to drain his magic powers, but it backfires as Anos feeds them excessive energy. With the castle completed, Sasha and Laos face off in an intense battle, where she uses her demonic eye of destruction to defeat him. Meanwhile, Anos battles Zisha and Ladriano simultaneously, overpowering them. They power up by feeding off the energy of the cheering crowd, giving Anos a hard time. However, Anos mimics their trick by gathering magic from his fan group and team members, overwhelming the hero team. Suddenly, a voice brainwashes everyone into hating the Demon King, causing Zisha to activate a self-destruct spell that causes a massive explosion on Anos. He emerges unharmed and faces Zisha again, who tries to activate the same spell. Bianca reveals that the only way to stop Zekia is by going to the shrine. Misha reaches the shrine but is attacked by Diego Cannon, who weakens her and stabs her repeatedly. Before he can finish her off, Anos arrives in time to stop him. Anos interrogates Diego but gets no cooperation, so he destroys Diego's magic source. Inside the shrine, they discover that Bianca is not human but a magic source created by a forbidden spell. After being freed, she explains that the hero class are all clones created by her to serve as warriors against demons. She adds that the mastermind was a general named Jurga, who died in battle 2,000 years ago. Their conversation is interrupted by Diego, who has revived himself, but he is quickly defeated by 3 demon emperors who arrive at the scene. They are accompanied by a masked man who reveals himself to be Avos Dilhibia. After a brief exchange, Avos and his comrades disappear. Outside, Diego announces the Demon King's reincarnation and declares war on the demons. At the same time, Avos Dilhibia makes the same declaration in the demon realm. The next day, both armies move toward the battlefield. Anos commands his team to try to hinder the fake Demon King's war attempt. When he reaches the demon army's base, he displays his true power, but they still don't believe he is their real master. Anos and Avos then begin their battle, where Anos discovers that Avos' true identity is the hero Cannon. The hero's real reincarnation turns out to be Lei. As they battle, Anos starts destroying Lei's magic sources one by one. Their intense battle reaches its climax when Anos sends a fireball the size of a meteor towards Lei, who tries to cancel the attack. Afterward, Anos allows Lei's sword to pierce him, revealing Lei as the hero who slayed the Demon King. However, Diego, still under a spell, is unsatisfied with the battle's outcome. Despite Bianca's efforts to stop him, his hatred grows, summoning the will of General Jurga into the world to fight against the new enemy. Misha and Sasha fuse into a single being as Jurga summons an army of Zetius ready to self-destruct. The group struggles to stop them, but there are too many to handle. Just before they explode, Anos arrives and renders them inactive. With Anos's appearance, Jurga drains his army's magic powers to obtain a stronger form. Lei steps in to assist Anos, and together they battle Jurga. However, Anos doesn't have enough magic power to keep up, so he commands his fan group to supply him with energy through their songs. With this boost, Anos turns the tide of the battle against Jurga by cutting him in half and summoning his demon sword. He and Lei then annihilate every trace of Jurga from the world, finally defeating him. This brings the anime to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another one. Until next time, take care.